there's no scars on Tina. You can take a real close look at her. She's never had the skin breath on her face anywhere. If I put coffee on her...
Following the demise of Tina Turner after a long battle of illness, and the highlights of her career being revisited, there's one person who has been receiving all the backlash that came with the times when she was on her lows. That man is Ike Turner. The man who brought Tina to the limelight, the man who masterminded the rise and success of Tina. Ike was a visionary. He was the sole pioneer and innovator for rhythm and blues, and rock and roll. With his brains and Tina Turner's electrifying stage presence, they achieved it all. They won our hearts. But the highlight was their 16-year-old marriage, which was allegedly marred with a lot of abusiveness, with Tina being on the receiving end. A final nail on the coffin of Ike's downfall came when the movie, What's Love Got to Do With It, was released in 1993. From then, the whole world hated him. And he became depressed. The depression drove him to drugs. And the drugs came in with problems that tainted his name further. All this time Ike cried foul. He said he was being victimized. To him, all these were theories to put him down. Sources from his side say he was targeted for so many reasons. 1. He was not liked by Hollywood. Knowing that he controlled everything as a bandleader, from the songwriting, to the stage setup, to the costumes, to the finances, and he could play the guitar, the piano, his voice was top-notch, meant that it would have been hard to manage him. 2. This was a scheme and plan for Tina Turner's comeback. He claimed for Tina to rise on her own, she had to pull the sympathy card. Judge Joe Brown in his words said, Tina was no angel and was always foul-mouthed towards Ike. In an interview, Ike said the beating was both ways.
Demanding. And when I say demanding,
you were like physically, you are denying that you were physically violent to her?
No, I have slapped her, she have slapped me, she have kicked me.
Tina on her end, claimed that Ike was abusive to her because of his tough and troubled childhood. For those who may not have known what Ike's upbringing was like, here's a preview of it. Born on November 5, 1931 in Clarksdale, Mississippi, Isaiah Luster Turner Jr. had the toughest and traumatizing of childhoods. To begin with, at age 5, he witnessed his father, a Baptist minister, beaten and left for dead by a white man, as an act of retaliation over a woman with whom he was having an affair. He would succumb 2 years later. With this, he had to help his mum, who worked as a seamstress, to put food on the table. Another issue was when his mother remarried. The stepdad, who was an alcoholic, was always violent towards him. 4. At ages 6 and 11, he was sexually assaulted by older women who would in turn threaten him not to say on them. The blackmail made Ike develop a low esteem because of the fear of speaking up. He became shy. Finally, Ike also quit school when he was in 8th grade to become an elevator operator. With all the above, Ike Turner carried his childhood traumas into adulthood unknowingly, and the people close to him are the ones who suffered the most. He was diagnosed with a bipolar disorder later in life, a condition he had had since childhood. Now that they are all gone, it doesn't matter who was right and who was wrong. Their huge impact in music cannot be quantified and should not be taken for granted. Before we throw shades at anyone or draw conclusions, let's examine both sides with an open mind. Most importantly, let's not dwell on the negatives so much to forget the good fond memories they brought. They made us sing at the top of our lungs, and made us forget our troubles. We salute them for that. Rest in eternal peace, King and Queen of Rock and Roll.